Coding technologies and their impact on the future. What is coding technology? Now, if you think of computers as bicycles, coding technology is the brain behind the riding of the bicycle. Coding technologies are software solutions such as websites and applications which use computer programming languages in the development process and enable human interaction with computers to solve human problems or make work easier and faster to perform and life more convenient. In other words, coding technologies are the creative solutions or products of computer programmers. Examples of coding technologies are traffic lights, motion sensor lighting systems, for sustainable energy, AI, artificial intelligence, computer video games, for entertainment during leisure time, IVR, interactive voice recording, chatbots, ATM, automated teller machine, originally for accessing banked money during weekends and after closing hours, manufacturing assembly line, for automating monotonous work and saving productive energy, blockchain and cryptocurrency, for a secure, decentralized ledger distribution and file sharing networking of computers, and so much more. In modern times, we can find traces of coding technologies in virtually all areas of human endeavor and lifestyle. From the mobile phones in our pockets to the desktop in our offices, schools, and banks, and the gadgets we have at home and high-end computers in hospitals and manufacturing companies, it is difficult to imagine modern life without the products of coding technologies. Unlike many centuries ago, computers have quickly become a part and parcel of our daily lives today that we cannot imagine how else to survive without them. The reason is as obvious as daylight: computers make life much easier and more convenient. Some decades ago, computers were used in performing simple tasks like calculations and data storage. Far more intriguing are the possibilities of what life will be like in the near or far future with technological advancements. There are speculations about likely advances in computer technology and what life and work would be like in the future. It was during the lockdown that the possibility of the future of work with regards to technology was put to the test globally, and it marked the wake of a new evolution of the nature of work and employment. Many employees were displaced from their jobs at their workplaces due to restricted work activities and transactions, slow or no revenue inflow, and downsizing. The remote employees had to leverage existing and new computer technologies to perform their tasks and meet deadlines. Some of the tools which enabled individual and teamwork are byproducts of coding technologies. For example, project management software and video conferencing applications such as Slack, Zoom, Trello, Asana, Google Doc, Google Meet, GoToMeeting, Toggle, GitHub, and the likes were used frequently during the lockdown by work teams for effective communication, brainstorming meetings, and meeting of deadlines. Of course, remote employment is not a new development due to the global lockdown. It had been in practice before the general restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic. Gradually, remote employment has caught on to become the new normal for many companies that adapt quickly to the continuously changing nature of work. Over time, our forebears learned to make use of animals called beasts of burden such as horses, donkeys, and camels, to move both themselves and their luggage from one location to another. Nevertheless, though simple, the use of the beast of burden made life easier for our forebears. Right from the Stone Age down to the agrarian era, when humans leveraged using animals to perform hefty duties, mankind has come a long way in terms of inventing man-made technologies to our advantage. The mechanization of labor in the Industrial Revolution age was the beginning of the subsequent breakthroughs mankind has developed with machines and computers as a form of technology. Today, we live in a world strewn with computers and computer technologies at the fiber of our very existence. Interestingly, a smartphone or PC user with internet access can make voice and video calls with family members, friends, and co-workers in real time on social media platforms. The interoperability of computer technologies has changed the way we live and interact with one another. Computer technologies have lifted the barriers of distance and time. Much more advances in computer technology are predicted in the future. For instance, VR, virtual reality, and AR, augmented reality, are the next possible features in human communication and interactions. Recently, developers at Meta Technology Company, formerly known as Facebook Company, are working to create a virtual world called the Metaverse, in which its users will have avatars of their real-life selves in a game-like world, or should I say instead a world-like game. VR and AR would change the way we communicate, interact, and engage in transactions and recreation. In the future, likely, we would be living in a world where our existence heavily depends on computer technologies. The possibilities of future computer technology breakthroughs are endless and unfathomable. Needless to say that the nature of life and work would be greatly impacted by advancements in computer technologies in the future, more than it already has at present.